Welcome to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron. On this channel, we are talking about all things Ethereum, projects, news, NFTs, play to earn, and price. Today, I want to jump back into Axie Infinity. I want to talk about breeding. I want to talk about where I'm at in that process, where the market is a little bit. Want to show you what the cool animation you get when you breed a couple of these Axies. And what I'm doing here is I'm really investing in this project because I think we're going to see a long-term growth with the team at Axie Infinity and the Mavis team. That's the kind of the head company over top of that. The Ronin Bridge is their side chain to the Ethereum network, and that's why we're talking about it on this channel. It is based on the Ethereum network. When you get a Ronin wallet, it has an Ethereum address, and let's get into it, guys. Here, I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so today I want to breed a couple of Axies, and these are the two that I have. I've been playing with this guy here for the better part of the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks when I started playing Axie Infinity just to get into the play to earn side of things. I wanted to jump in and just see what this is all about. I'm nearly 40, guys. I turned 40 this week, and here I am playing a card game on the internet. And I feel a little bit silly, to be honest, but at the same time, I do think this is going to catch on massively, especially when we get into a possible iOS version of this game. There's already an Android version that's in beta, and we're seeing massive growth month over month in the Axie Infinity world, and I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what this looks like and what I'm doing personally in this environment. So I purchased this Axie over here. If I go to my inventory, I can show you a little bit more. So this is the one I originally bought. I was going a little bit cheap, to be honest, when I first bought in, and didn't want to spend more than a couple hundred per Axie, and just to get a decent team going. Didn't know much about the game, didn't really understand the cards that are linked with the body parts and how breeding works. And over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been just diving in head first and really kind of understanding now where my limitations are as far as my team goes. And so I've gotten in and go to my account here, go to my inventory. I've expanded. So I started with this Ronin imp down here with a cottontail, and he's got a catfish mouth, which is aqua part, which makes him a little less pure, if you will. And on the beast side of things, we've got this plant here was my first plant. He's got the cactus, the pumpkin, and the carrot, which is all standard for plants. But then he's got beast mouth, and he's got locust eyes, which means he's got bird eyes. A very fast plant, which is not necessarily a great thing, especially when cactus is a card that, when played last, gives you the 120% damage. I just started out new and fresh, and I just thought I'd get into it, and made some mistakes early on, as one does when they just dive in head first. And if I can tell you anything about myself, I like to dive in head first and kind of ask questions later. So this is what I'm doing. I am going to go back and show you my last of the first team that I bought was this other bird here. This bird has been great for me. I still play with it on occasion. He just doesn't have enough damage, though, in comparison to most birds out there. He's plenty fast. Got the Dark Swoop, which is the backdoor card that gets you past the tank plant, usually in front. The All Out Shot is a great zero energy card to play just about any time. Excuse me. I've had a little cold here for the last couple of weeks. Pardon me. And so I wanted to kind of get the next update of all of these, the level up, if you will, of all these, and then start breeding them together to kind of see what metas I get and what kind of pureness I can find. So I started with this 96 pure plants with all the right cards. This is the standard as far as most frontliners go. Tanks in plant tanks in particular in Axie Infinity, you see them in the top, 1,000 players all the time, and they're pumpkin, cactus, and carrot, which I had in my original. But the serious is where you can steal energy from the other player, and without the locust eyes that I have, the fast bird eyes, this plant goes from a much higher speed and low health to lower speed and higher health. And this is what you really want from your front line, is more health and less speed, honestly, because if you're playing last with the cactus, you're going to get that 20% extra damage when you use pumpkin or cactus rather. So what I like to do is take these high purity Axies and then breed them with my original. So if I go back, I originally breeded these two together, my 96 pure, with the serious, with the high health, and this lesser purity tank here with the cactus, pumpkin, and carrot still. And I got this awesome plant here. So he's his purity is at 80%, which is between my 96 and my 65 here. You can see these purity levels here with the this is a extension you can get in Chrome. Freaks Axie extension gets you all these kind of metadata on the hover over, which is awesome. I highly recommend that if you get into the Axie Infinity world. But so it also shows you kind of the dominant and recessive 2 genes that you can get, and this is really what it comes down to in the breeding of these Axies. You really want to find out what the possibilities are. So what I did was take these two, breed them together, got this awesome 80% pure with cactus, pumpkin, and carrot like you want. He's got pretty good high health. He's not 61 health, but 58 is much better than 55, which was on my original Axie plant here. But I got this herbivore, which is pretty cool. I like the herbivore because it gives you this vegan diet card, which takes 75 damage, but also gives it back to this frontliner tank, and he can take damage all day long because he just fills himself back up whenever you play this card. So I have royally messed up some or thwarted, if you will, some opponents with this guy just refilling my energy while my backline, my bird, and my beast just destroy. And it's been really fun because I've gotten myself back up from I was in the 800 and under MMR, which if you're familiar with the ranking system in the player versus player mode of Axie Infinity, that's below the threshold of making any of the tokens in PvP. So if you want to earn more tokens than your allotted 75 per day, 50 in the PvE or the adventure mode, and then the 25 for finishing the daily quests. If you want to get higher than 75 per day, you need to be above 800 in the MMR during this season in particular to get into more SLP per round. So I have made my way up into the low thousands, which is really awesome because I'm getting between 1 and 3 extra SLP per win, and my rate of win has increased tremendously. I was just going lower and lower on the rankings with my original Axies, and now I'm in a place where I'm winning at least half of my games, which is fantastic because I'm using my energy more efficiently for the daily energy that you get, and it's been super fun to battle and to have more Axies to battle with is fun because you can change it up. You can change up your teams. If you go into the Axie Infinity Gaming here, I can show you. We have let it load here, and then you can go into teams. You can switch it up. I have My original 3 Axies are down here. This is where this is the team I play with in the adventure mode because they have all the XP that I accrued during the early part of the 4 weeks that I've been playing this. So they get all my 50 SLP during the day in the PvE world, and then I'll switch over to one of these two, higher pureness with my new Axies and just dominate. And it's been really fun to get into this and see the gains that I've gotten, making between, 10 and 15, sometimes 20 more SLP per day, which really adds up. So I want to show you what it looks like to breed and get this cool animation. It's kind of fun, kind of a little Easter egg, if you will. But before that, I want to show you kind of the opportunities here for, if you're speculating in this breeding as an investment like I am. There's a cool application. If you go over to axie.zone and then /breeding simulator, or / rather, you can type in the serial numbers, if you will, of your Axies, copy these and paste them in to this breeding simulator. You actually get a decent idea of what you could end up with in the breeding process. So I'm going to breed my beasts today. It's going to cost me, let me see, I think if I go to my inventory, one thing I wanted to mention was the cost of breeding in particular. So count, inventory. All right, so I'm going to breed this beast here, which this guy's a 0 breed. When I went to buy him, I went to the marketplace. I typed in beast, or I checked the mark beast. I wanted a high pureness, so I went up to 6 purity or better, and then I went to a 0 breed count, and then I typed in my parts. So I think 1 to 0 is better for the marketplace, but did Ronin, Imp, and these are just the body parts that create the specific cards that I'm looking for. Ronin, Imp, and then I wanted the double Nutcracker. So the Nutcracker mouth. The first time I went through this, I watched a couple tutorials on YouTube, and I got thrown off because I put in Nutcracker ear, not realizing that the ear has nothing to do with the cards that you get, and I was just disappointed. Looking back, I just jumped in a little too quickly, not understanding the game, not understanding which parts do what, and I just skipped over the fact that Nutcracker ear has nothing to do with the cards. It just gives you a little bit more purity, if you will, in the beast, not necessarily better cards. So I do want to pick Skullcracker, the mouth, Nutcracker mouth, and then go to the Nutcracker tail as well. So we have Ronin, which is single combat card. We have the Imp, which is the Ivory Stab card. We have the Nutcracker mouth. I put that in twice. Don't need that. And the Nut Throw, which is the tail. And then you get these great beast cards, which is a fabulous midliner. If you look at the cards on these, the Ronin Imp is kind of the killer combo of having, if you have the Ivory Stab, you get 1 extra energy for every critical in that round. So, and then the single combat is a guaranteed critical if you play 3 cards at a time on that specific beast. So if you're playing single combat Ivory Stab with any other card, ideally a second single combat or a second Ivory Stab to get just a trifecta of amazing energy and critical on this. It's a fantastic combination that you see all the time. And then there's these 2 Nutcracker cards. If you play 2 Nutcracker cards together, it gives you 120% damage instead of just 100% damage, which 105 is really high for a beast card. And so you're looking at 145, 165, depending on, if it's beast per aqua or beast per bird, or, the weaknesses some Axies have to the beast in particular gives you a higher damage, and it just compounds, guys. It just compounds. So so I got a beast, and I got in my Axie Zone breeding simulator, and I've got my original beast in the simulator, and let's just hit breed and see what happens. I'm gonna hit 3 times just to get a good idea. So what I don't want to happen is this, actually, guys. So I'm the catfish mouth on this. It is a dominant trait on this specific Axie, so I'm a little bit concerned. Let me find my inventory here. Account, inventory. So on this, it is in the dominant, up here, if you can see on my screen, that blue catfish is a dominant trait. So it will show up more often than not. And that's what I'm kind of not wanting in my beast card, because the beast card is really just there to deal the damage. So anytime you're using that catfish, it's kind of a waste. So, and that's just what I found with all my PvP and PvE moments with this card. It's not really worthwhile to have a catfish mouth on this guy. So I am a little bit concerned. Let's breed. Let's hit the breed simulator a couple more times just to see. Okay, we do have one out of 5 has the nutcracker mouth. So let's see what's gonna happen. I'm doing it. I'm gonna see. It does take 5 days, guys, to see what you actually get from your transaction or your breed here. So what I do need to do as well is one thing I wanted to show you. I didn't want to do it before the episode. Nobody showed me this before when I was getting into Axie Infinity, is you have to claim your tokens or you claim your SLP winnings. And what nobody tells you guys is that you can only claim them every 15 days. So the first time I claimed was able even to claim that at all was on the 1st of September. Now it's the 16th today. I was able to do it at about 8:45 or 8:46 last night, but I didn't. I want to save it for this video. So let's claim our SLP. And I'm not really sure how this gets calculated, because I have, if you look at my inventory in the game, I've had 1,211 SLP ready for me. I'm not sure why I only have 697 claimable. I'm a little disappointed because I am ready. I have in my inventory, I've got 6 AXS tokens. It takes 2 AXS per breed. So I'm ready to breed 3 more times. I'd like to get 1 more plant out of these 3, breeding these 2 together. And I'd like to breed both of my birds and both of my beasts at least twice, especially since I bought 0 breeds with these higher pureness. And so I'm a little disappointed that I can't bring it all into my inventory right now. But I am going to claim these SLP tokens just to show you how that works. It is going to open my Ronin wallet. I'm going to hit confirm. You know, this is a legit cryptocurrency, guys. SLP is a token that you can buy, or swap on SushiSwap, on other dexes. I know the Binance Smart Chain has SLP available. You can't get it on Coinbase. However, you can get the AXS token, and that's where I've been purchasing my AXS. I am not good enough to be in the top 1,000 of the PvP, leaderboard, so I'm not going to get any AXS in the Axie Infinity game itself. So I do have to purchase those in order to breed. Right now, if we look at Coinbase, let's go over Coinbase real quick and just see where the AXS token is today. The price of Ethereum is heading back towards 4K right now. I think we're at about, let's see, where are we at right now? 3,600. Yeah, awesome. That's killer. We were testing 3,550, kind of the top of this range here. Yes, we're at 3,608. Awesome. So this is where we're at, guys. Real quick on the price of Ethereum, we did see this drop in on the 8th of September. We saw lows as low as 31.17 on September 13th. We've just been on a hike back up. So got this cool W pattern going on. I think this W is going to get us back up into the 4K. So if we, just a real quick TA here, guys. If we take the bottom of the W to the top of the neckline here, we put up on top. Yeah, we're going to be right in the price target for this W pattern, which obviously speculative. This is not financial advice. This is only my opinion, but history would say that we're looking at getting back up to 4K pretty soon here, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if by Monday we're back touching 4K. We have been in this ascending wedge here for a pretty long time. You know, we jumped out into this recent high of 4K and then bounced right back down, and then consolidated on the lower end of this wedge, which is the higher end of where we were. So no fear there. I did buy some more Ethereum in this neck of the woods. Bought it a little bit higher, probably close to 3,500 from this bounce here. I didn't catch it down here. I wish I could have caught it down there. But anyway, bought some more throughout this, downtrend from this recent high, and I do expect it to complete this W pattern to go up to 4K. But that's enough of the TA. Let's get back, find the AXS token price. So Axie Infinity token sitting right now at $67 per token. And in the last month, we've seen a high of 90 and a low of 67. We're right in the middle of that. We're on the lower side of that. I do think we're going to see closer to 70s and 80s coming soon. I mean, we had a nearly, we hit 70 yesterday when we broke out of our kind of recent lows. And so I'm excited to see where AXS goes. You have to do your own calculations on this. 2 tokens, $70 a piece. It's $140 plus. You're looking at when you are breeding your Axies, you have to look at this breed count here, and then if you hover over this this little information bubble here, it's going to cost me 150 SLP to breed this Axie specifically, but you have to also take into the account of the other Axies. So it's going to cost, since this is going to be the third time this one's bred, it's going to cost me 450 SLP to breed this guy with the 150 zero breed Axie. So you're looking at what is that? 450 plus 150. I should do mental math better than this, but I want to be accurate. That's 600 SLP there. So 600 SLP right now. I think the price of SLP is right around 9 cents. So that's $54 US plus. So 54 plus the current price of AXS is at 68 plus 68 because there's 2. So $190 is the investment that I have into this next breed that I'm going to do. So I'm going to want to sell this guy for over $190 US. So before I even do that, just to double check, I'm going to go back into the marketplace. I'm going to look up, let's just look at it and see what current pricing is for some beasts here. Just look at the absolute floor. So, we are looking, what did I say was the total here? 190. So I need to do better than some of these floors. And I'm pretty sure I will. So let's type in some parts. We've got, we're going to get a Ronin imp for sure. Just with the breeding that I have. So we're looking, we're getting close to that 190, 187 here. Let's throw in one nutcracker. Pardon me. Just to give us a better idea. Yep, we're looking at, as long as the price doesn't go lower, we're looking at a break even, roughly maybe $3 less at the very moment, but if we get both nuts, let's get the mouth as well. Yep. So a higher purity double nut Ronin imp right now is you're looking at $260. So that's a profit of $70 for this specific Axie. If and only if we get the double nut Ronin imp, which, as I showed you, isn't a super high probability, but 1 out of 5 of these is a double nut Ronin imp. So we're going to go for it. I'm not concerned. I do think that Axie Infinity in particular has a high ROI long term, especially with, like I said, the possibility of an iOS compatible playability of Axie Infinity. Plus, we have land play coming out in the future, in the short term. We have the Ronin Bridge is going to get its own. It's going to get its own DEX, or not a DEX. I'm sorry, exchange. So the exchange on the Ronin Bridge is going to help us a lot, because actually, what I haven't calculated into this price here is the $30 to $40 I spent just getting AXS and Ethereum over to the Ronin Bridge. So when the exchange comes into the Ronin Bridge, so that you can actually get some of you make a bank transfer or a credit card or debit card or whatever it is into the Ronin Bridge, you're going to be able to skip most of the fees that you see on the Ethereum network. And with some of the high gas fees, I paid as much as $70 for a transaction, getting between Coinbase and MetaMask and into Ronin. So I am playing for the long term here. One thing that I also want to mention before I get started here is that if you get over 9 Axies, you put yourself in a higher bracket for the daily energy. So right now I have 20 because I have 9 or less Axies, but if you have 10 or more, you actually have the ability to make more per day because you have 40 energy instead of 20. Doubles you up, gives you the opportunity to play more in the arena to get the PvP bonus daily of that 1 to 3 for my personal MMR level. If you're in the higher levels, say 2,000 MMR, you're getting 9 to 15 per win, and that can really add up, guys. If you have more than 10 Axies, obviously 10 Axies puts you in the realm of between $2,000 $2,500 invested, and so it is a risk. Again, this is not a financial advice. This is what I'm choosing to do. I see this as a runway for Axie Infinity right now is the highest grossing NFT platform as a total sales, and by far the really the only play to earn game right now that's really getting some mass adoption. So I think there's a lot more runway here. I think the team is great. I'm looking forward to what they do in the future, and I do see the price of Axie going up. So we've seen prices as high as 500 or 600 for floor Axies, guys. Right now, floor Axies are around $200, and that could double, in a week depending on adoption here. So anyway, let's do the last but not least, the actual breeding here. I've claimed my tokens. Going into inventory. I'm going to choose this guy. I'm going to hit the breed button, and then I'm going to select my other beast. Just want to do a double check here, make sure we're all good. It's going to cost me 600 between these two, and let's hit the breed button. Be ready. 1, 2, and we have to confirm, and then we should get a little animation here. Wait for it. Get the spinny. Come on. It's woohoo time. Oh, isn't that cute? An egg will be delivered to you soon. So, Awesome. That's what happens. Let's go back to my account. Let's go to my inventory. Let's go to my activity. Should see a breed in my activity. Sometimes the Axie Infinity side is a little bit behind. Let's see. Inventory, no egg yet. Back to, you bred those two Axies together with 600 SLP. Let's go to inventory. Let's see, can I refresh this? Let's just hit refresh here again until we see my egg here. Yep, there's my egg. Does look like a beast egg, which is good. It's a positive sign when you've bred two beasts together to get a beast egg. That's cool looking. It's a square. When I did the plants, it was like a little nut. It was like a green walnut looking egg. It was kind of cool looking. But this will be available to hatch, guys, in about 5 days. So let's check back next week on probably do this on Monday or Tuesday next week. I'll check in and see if we can hatch this guy and see what we get. So thanks for watching. This video is sponsored by Friedrichs Coffee. If you want fresh roasted to order coffee sent directly to your house, Friedrichs ships to the United States, the continental United States. Use the code FREESHIPUSA on all retail orders. That's 12-ounce bags of coffee to get $5 off the order, which covers the price, the standard shipping, $5. So free shipping, Free Ship USA at checkout. Get yourself some roasted to order coffee straight to your door, friedrichscoffee.com. Links in the bio. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. I am so stoked to be doing this for you. It's been a great community so far, and I can't wait to see it grow. Thanks for watching.